Hello, I'm Tam, the TamBoTC channel. I will just let you know that when I did my Doom 3 video, and then like a while after, I started having the breathing problems and such again. So I have no clue what's going on. I'm going to take a break from taking walks. I'm wondering if it's something related to food. I thought it was related to just my mattress, because I do need a new one. And it's not that comfortable. Matter of fact, let me put this pillow behind my back, just in case. I also opened the window for some air. But yeah, it's back. Maybe not the chest pain as much, but definitely the breathing and the cough is pretty bad today, which frickin' sucked. But anyways, I wanted to talk about this, and I want to keep in mind at just the very beginning of this, when I'm talking about this, not everybody is... I'm not saying that everybody is the cause of what I'm about to talk about, or that everybody is dumb. I don't know what to say. What I'm trying to say is there's specific people, and I'm not trying to say big majority, but the people associated with the things I'm about to talk about are what I'm trying to get at. So I don't know how vast the group behind some of the things I'm about to talk about or whatever. And I want to say the reason I wanted to talk about this and turn it into a top 5 because of how embarrassing it's become.
I am grateful for our bond, Enkidu. You are a true friend.
Jesus, game's loud, by the way. Let me first turn it down. I didn't think about how loud it was gonna be. So we got sound. It's our third parry. So it is pretty high volume. There we go. And I have it at 50. But I guess my character should be moving or something. Oh, there's guys over there. I haven't played this in a bit. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is for some reason, especially near the end of the year, I feel like not only am I the only one approaching some of these, I mean, there's a couple other YouTubers, I feel like L321, as well as even, oh no, it's Alex has to some extent and such. Though I had problems with oh no, it's Alex and what I'm about to talk about with this top 5. But I just wanted, because it's so freaking embarrassing. And I just noticed how stupid people in general have been, especially near the end of this year and over video games. It's mostly going to be on games. There will be YouTuber related stuff too, but very probably briefly. Well, some of it will be brought up with other things, but that's where it gets brief. The first thing in number 5 is what I'm about to talk about. Honestly, it should be at number 1, but just with how ridiculous, over-exaggerated, I feel like the word pretentious is going to be used a lot in this, because I feel like a lot of pretentious actions and over-exaggerated too is going to be used a lot. Over-exaggerated feelings of people and what they over-exaggerate in general has been particularly ridiculous this year. And the fact that I even had to make the videos I did and the discussions I did previously to this one is just blows my frickin' mind how stupid this frickin', especially the end of this year has been. And it just makes me sick to my stomach
Have you
at
put
times.
on weight?
Maybe. No. So let's start with number 5. YouTubers. Just there were so many YouTubers this year that I unsubscribed to, or that did some really stupid or heinous things, or have controversies or whatever behind them. Whatever they did, there were so many YouTubers, especially this goddamn year, I noticed, that did some really stupid stuff. I know you got your Logan Paul or your Leafy or whatever, but god damn, what the frick is with some of the people that I'm about to talk about? Other than like Jim Sterling, who I've talked about, and I don't know anything he does recently. I kind of just gave up on him long time ago. All I know is he was a pretentious dickhead as well, and that it all started with a Dark Souls video and his Division video. But the Dark Souls one was where you could tell he was trying to manipulate and turn the situation in his favor, and that he started taking things to Twitter and getting butthurt and all that crap. And he started going downhill both in his views and just his opinionated points of views in general after that. Why is there a big... Oh, it's gone now. There was a big golden square over there. Um, and the same with Angry Joe. I unsubscribed from Angry Joe over time because what the frick is wrong with him? And now I just see him as a person I would not want to meet in real life. Whenever I bring up Angry Joe, a lot of the time it's because he likes to start stuff with other YouTubers, and God has he started stuff with other YouTubers. He's also insulted, technically, his fans and other YouTubers' fans and such through his words. And the irony of, I bet he probably does that thing where he says, "Oh, it's like," where he's like, "Oh, don't listen to those, the typical long ass comments you get in the comment sections of somebody bragging on, blah blah blah." He's a hypocrite of that too, and he's a hypocrite of a ton of stuff. He is the master of hypocrisy. Because a lot of the stuff he did was also that very freaking thing. He doesn't even need to make a video on the stuff he's talking about. He technically already did it through his comments. It's just not in the visual format that others have. At least some of those other YouTubers that dropped it, and while I'm not saying Angry Joe hasn't dropped it times, just the fact that he started it and went as far as he did on multiple goddamn occasions with multiple goddamn YouTubers at multiple goddamn times is freaking stupid. Freaking Angry Joe just whenever I see him nowadays, he looks like he's an opinionated, pretentious asshole. I wouldn't want to meet him or get to know him, honestly, in real life. He just kind of seems like an asshole. And especially nowadays, and I'll talk about Yang Yi later in this video, but god damn, Yang Yi at least still battles microtransactions and all that kind of crap, that evil crap that corporate video game companies do. Where Angry Joe, I feel like while he's had his moments of doing that with stuff like Madden and such, he also feels like he sides with those things he should be fighting against. And it's so stupid. And I even feel like at times, like his freaking Twisted Metal video, it felt like he was attacking just random comments that were just saying they liked the show. Like, what the frick was that? That was at the very beginning of his Twisted Metal video. I don't remember if it's spoiler one or the other one, because I don't watch him anymore because he's a dickhead. And I know the saying, can you separate the art from the artist? His art is freaking boring nowadays, honestly. Just three dudes sitting around. I think most people are bored of his crap. And honestly, that can be called into question because you're still giving money technically through views and such to a dickhead to continue to be a dickhead. So it does bring that into question because you technically are supporting them to some extent. It's kind of like a freaking Bill Cosby. He's not Bill Cosby, but I'm saying, do you see what I'm trying to get at? You're still supporting him. Is the same with like buying tickets to the Flash movie with the freaking things Ezra Miller has done. You're supporting that dumbass in one way or another. It just calls that into an interesting question to have. Can you even separate the art from the artist anymore when that is a factor into things? In some cases, yeah. Other cases, probably like this, I don't know. You tell me. And then we had Corridor Crew, which has been pretty pretentious as well. I even feel like they attacked people for having opinions on certain like digital arts and stuff, or what they like in certain formats of CGI and such, and what they don't like. And I feel like they just gone downhill as well. And then you got crazy people like Synthetic Man, Quantum TV, and Sniper Wolf, like, and XQC and all that. It's like, what the frick? Like, I honestly didn't care for most of those, but I used to watch Synthetic Man until he started going cuckoo after a while. Even people like uh, even some YouTubers that are just gone over the edge, or I just don't care about in the first place, but sadly they exist and I see them and their motivations and the way they handle things, I feel like is very disgusting. People like, sadly, oh no, it's Alex, and which were people that were attacked during the whole Quantum TV debacle and all that, as well as a couple other things going on at the time, and like Act Man and Mischief supported and such. But goddamn, sometimes he can't help himself with some stupid moments. I'm hoping that once again, I want to always stick to, and I know it's cheesy and whatever, but I want to always stick to the fact that I hope that people can redeem themselves and be good, like better themselves as people and develop as learn from their mistakes. I mean, we love most of the video game characters that we do because of their character development and because they learn something or they progress in a meaningful or interesting way. Why can't I reflect that in real life? That people should do the same. Like, I feel like it's backwards character development in real life, honestly, with some of these situations. It's ridiculous. It's just like with so many of the YouTubers I've seen, there's even the stuff going on with like the completionist and his family and that whole thing. I'm not even gonna get into that. Goddamn, there's been so goddamn much this year, especially with YouTubers. And then there's YouTubers manipulating certain situations. I feel like there are reaction channels that react to Asmongold that have particularly been pretentious and using his videos and what he talks about and so on, and the videos that he reacts to in return in a manipulative, disgusting manner. And it's awful to watch from behind the scenes. It really is. It's the most ridiculous, dumbass crap I've seen. And man, there's one thing. There's a YouTuber that the same one that reacts to Asmongold's stuff, I will say briefly, that talked about how a game, and this game will be mentioned later, and that is Starfield, by the way, how Starfield ruined streamers' lives. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, poor Twitch streamers ruined their lives by a video game. I mean, there's not like there's starvation in the world, like world hunger, or different wars and stuff going on in parts of the world, like Ukraine and such, or I don't know, the homeless. When you put it that way, it sounds freaking dumb what they're covering, and over exaggerated once again. They're freaking stupid, and they bloat it up, make it a bigger deal than this other thing. And it's so dumb. It is so dumb. Video game. Frickin' a fictional video game ruined your life. Well, if that's the case, then Cyberpunk frickin' ruined mine. Piss off. Where's my video about how Cyberpunk ruined my frickin' life? Frick you. God damn. That's my number 5 stupid moment, is just YouTubers. Just there was a lot of goddamn stupid ass YouTubers this year that I've unsubscribed from, that I've seen so many problems from. And don't get me wrong, people like Sniper Wolf and like Quantum TV. That stuff is way worse than the stuff I talked more in detail about, definitely, but goddamn, it doesn't make the other stuff any less stupid and over-exaggerated or pretentious or whatever. Once again, those are going to feel like they're going to be utilized words throughout this video. Let's just move on to number 4. I'm going to do Yang Yi's situation, the Yang Yi drama with him playing Kiryu in the latest, not even out, game, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. The game's not even out. And the latest trailer that came out of it, I actually kind of liked his voice acting in it. You also have to realize that the karaoke parts are purposed to be bad. My friend can give more insight on that, but I don't think you need it, because that's the point. It's supposed to be bad there. As well as he's not the only character in the goddamn game with voice acting, so there's other people going on there. As well as I'm sure you can probably change it to the Japanese voice acting or whatever. So what the frick? And what I brought up previously, where Yang Yi still does the stuff he does, and like there's YouTubers, once again, oh no, it's Alex, it's a Gundam, all those pieces of crap being assholes like they are, and the motivations they have. Once again, motivation's a big deal too. You have, like, you're utilizing drama, and especially negative drama, in such a disgusting way, and for your own benefits and such, your own greedy benefits. And it sucks to watch this stuff. Like, yes, if he blocked people or whatever, I can see why you'd get angry. But the freaking button is there for a reason. It's there. What else does it exist for? And you're not thinking of the other possibilities of the person, like how it affects their mental health potentially, or the fact that there's a majority of people are probably being dickheads and saying stuff like "kill yourself" and all that crap. I know you'd go and say, "Oh, but everybody gets that stuff. Yeah, you gotta man up." It's like, frick off. Yeah, I used an example where my 2 uncles, where my uncles had this big argument, and one of them doesn't want to get violent and never does, but the other one does from time to time. And all I remember is he walked up, whispered in my other uncle's ear, "You want to take this outside?" Clearly trying to instigate a fight, and I feel like that same goddamn stupid thing is going on here. It's just a different way to word it and a different equivalent to it, but no less stupid. Basically them going, "Oh, man up, stop being a bitch, baby." Sometimes running away from a situation is the best way to do it. You're not going to take on a guy that has a goddamn gun when you have a knife. You brought a knife to a gunfight. Do you think you're not going to run away in that case? Frick off. And you have to realize words do kill. The whole "sticks and stones may break my bones, but words don't hurt me." Yeah, no, that's so outdated at this point in time. And while there are times where people over exaggerate as well and take certain words or other things a little too far themselves, this is not that situation where I feel like it deserves the kind of attention it has been getting. It feels over exaggerated, stupid, and there's some pretentiousness once again behind it, because of the way they're utilizing the drama and such and creating it in the first place. Frick off. Seriously. Number 3. Number 3 is, I gotta say, I made a short clip of this, but I'm gonna say comparison videos that compare tiny details games do. Back in the day when they did the Zelda versus Horizon, Zero Dawn and all that, details things, those were great. Didn't mean Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West were bad games, even if Zelda did details better. And tiny little details shouldn't be what impact, though some people apparently take it that way and over exaggerate it as well. That's why I made the joke I did in that small video I made where where I basically said somebody was taking tiny details over, the larger parts of the game, like character development, story, and gameplay, and thinking that's what really mattered. Is freaking stupid. And I feel like there were a lot of videos, especially towards Cyberpunk and Starfield, when comparing those, that I feel like they left crap out on purpose, either because they were very one-sided on the situation, or for whatever other selfish goddamn reason. I don't know. It it was pretty stupid though, and the way people reacted and utilized it, even to show people like Asmongold, was very manipulative feeling and over the top. Goddamn, what the hell? Like, it sucks to sit here and watch this stupidity happen and how little people really put thought into this. I know not everybody's going to put thought, and once again, I'm not blaming everybody, but goddamn, the people who stand out with this stuff, this stupid crap, and doing this stupid crap, those are the people I'm talking about. And I don't even need to name names or anything, because I don't know who to name, honestly. It's just people. Whoever's being dumb and doing this crap. And then they make other people follow them. There was a lot of stuff where people were trying to manipulate and promote the crap out of Cyberpunk. Hell, my friend was in like a Street Fighter. This was before Phantom Liberty was coming out, but he was in a Street Fighter Twitch chat. And just all of a sudden, a bunch of people come into the chat saying, "Oh, Cyberpunk's better now," and trying to get people on board. It's like, when you're in a Twitch chat unrelated to both Cyberpunk and Starfield, what the frick is this? And this isn't the only time this has happened. I wanted to like Cyberpunk back in the day, but even though I didn't buy it and my friend bought it for me and him, I felt like I I want my money back from that game. I'll be making 2 more videos on Cyber. Actually, it might just be 1, unless more stuff comes up. That game did win an award for ongoing. Does not deserve it. Does not deserve it, and I'm so glad it didn't win Player's Choice. Frick Cyberpunk, seriously. What the frick do people see in that game? Don't understand, people. I know that, like, once again, you can like the game all you want. I'm not trying to take that away from you. God damn. With how it's been utilized this year, and just the stuff I previously talked about with like Yang Yi and stuff, it's a greedy, manipulative freaking game. And you gotta realize too, their priorities, like no amount of giving the game monorail travel or fixing the bikes or whatever, and I know there's gonna be more updates later. God damn. Frick that game. Like, it's got such an empty open world and everything. It's freaking boring. Every time I try to play it again, and I've played it for one last time again, and it just still hasn't gotten any better. I still feel like videos like act bans and beat 'em ups, unless it's talking about the glitch parts, and L321 and Manly reviews and such, their videos and the stuff they had to talk about for the most part, I feel like still ages well to this day, as well as the stuff I contributed to it. And you have to think of the priorities of the company. It took this freaking long to get to this point. The game was in development for 8 to 9 years. Look how long Fallout 70, not 76, the game freaking trash. Uh, but look how long Fallout New Vegas and Halo 2 took. And those games are freaking held as like masterpieces within their series. Holy frick. And they still do things that most games don't do as well as they used to. Maybe Baldur's Gate 3, but still. Like, holy crap. Well, they also have problems, but yeah, everything's got problems. But goddamn, Cyberpunk isn't even close to the mastery of those games. Not even close. God. And just the manipulation tactics through the comparison videos, not showing stuff like how merchants work between each game, or how the police systems work between each game. You also have to think maybe there's a reason. I kind of think there's a reason why when you point a gun or shoot around a civilian in some of the cities of one of the Bethesda games that there's a reason they don't freak out, like that there's a safeguard. I mean, they do reflect dialogue of what you're doing, but I feel like it's a safeguard because if you do that crap, you just have to pay a ton of gold for your actions, as well as, or whatever money currency in the game is, and you potentially ruin a quest line with someone or something. So, I don't know. It probably makes sense why they did that. And I at least feel like Starfield was in the right direction compared to their previous games, ESO, Fallout 76, even Fallout 4. Um, like it felt like they took inspiration from Fallout New Vegas's dialogue system, kinda. Even Zach from Mike Burn Fire said that. And it's just like, what the frick? I understand some of the complaints with the game, and I haven't played the PC version of Starfield, but I feel like people are over exaggerating it, which gets into my number two, the freaking over exaggeration of the hate for Starfield. Diablo 4 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's campaign came out, and while God of War actor made fun of it in Game Awards, it feels like the hate boner for Starfield was bigger than both those games, yet they feel like they're the more pretentious and should get the bigger hate boner to say. Yet the hate for Starfield, and I feel like it's petty hate. There could be people even abusing Steam's refund system just to downvote the thing. There's so many things to factor in. Matter of fact, I just thought of another YouTuber while talking about this freaking Dreamcast guy being the dumbass he has recently. Um, he's another YouTuber that's done and said a lot of stupid things as of recently. You're a Dreamcast guy. Sega console. Why are you being a simp for PlayStation consoles? I love all consoles, and I think I'm going to do a video on that. My personal history with consoles, but goddamn, what the hell are you trying to do? You're being a pretentious dickhead as well. I'm sorry to say that, but god damn it, it's annoying. It's sad to watch. Sit here and watch somebody with such a big audience that you knew for a long time and loved watching do this stupid stuff. Now you know how I frickin' feel. It's so sad to watch. And there's been so much of this goddamn crap this year, especially near the end of it. Frick's sake. The Starfield hate has been ridiculous. I actually did 10, technically 11 new game pluses of Starfield and beat it. And I still want to play more. I actually do really like the game. I don't think it's perfect. Definitely not. No game is perfect. But it's not near the disaster people are making it out to be. God frickin' damn. Even some stupid things going on around Luke Stevens and stuff. It's like, what the frick is going on here? And I know there's some Bethesda fans that are stupid for sure, but not you shouldn't classify everybody within a fan base equally to those dumbasses. That's just wrong in general. You're already setting a precedent of being wrong in the first place. Because you know there's bound to be some people with legitimate criticisms or discussion or something to add to the conversation. And people probably look at me as like a big Bethesda fan. I love Bethesda games. Yes. But I don't think I go too far with that crap that other people do. I get pissed off when I see stupid ass crap like this. But that's because this is the first time it's pissing me off. Otherwise, I actually don't get involved in pretty much anything involving most of their games other than when I just play it for myself and you watch me play it. That's it. But because of the recent stupidities and even those things I kind of just given up on because of how over exaggerated and dumb it has gotten, God, it's freaking stupid. And then finally, number one, the freaking love boner in everything revolving around Cyberpunk. Frick that game. You can love it all you want. I'm not trying to take that away from you. Keep that in mind all the time. You can love that game. But goddamn, the way that people are promoting and hyping the game again, and I don't care what Ranton said, it is hype. He is already wrong, just like what I said previously, on just the notion of saying hype the thing that he did with just his title and stuff in his video to that game. If there is just one person who did buy into the hype of the game, then you are already automatically wrong just because that one person has thought that way. You have to think about that. You shouldn't make a statement like that. And I know I've probably made stupid statements myself. There's no doubt. Once again, nobody's freaking perfect. But goddamn, I don't get the love for Cyberpunk. It's such a the love has been over exaggerated as well. There's been a lot of pretentious people that came out of it, a lot of just major hype, and whether Phantom Liberty is as good as people say or not, I don't care because this game company has still let me down and been dumbasses. They've not only multiple times said that they blame the fans and the consumers for the original state of the game twice, even before they were advertised, like pretty much right before they started advertising Phantom Liberty. They went and said that crap again, and I think Angry Joe and Young at the time covered it. And it's like, what? This is a company you want to freaking support? I know that not everybody in the company, once again, too, also is a problem, and I know there are hard-working staff and just people who do have genuine compassion for the game, but god damn, I just don't feel it there as much as I do other games. Even Starfield somehow seems more compassionate made than Cyberpunk. You have to realize that game was 8 to 9 years in development and then an extra 3 years. Apparently their priorities weren't straight to the stuff that actually mattered. I know it takes time to fix a lot of this stuff, but clearly their priorities weren't there. And how many people work for the goddamn company? Like, what the frick? You have to think about that too when it comes to priorities. The monorails, how long did it take for that to finally get in the game? For frickin' ever. Apparently wasn't their priority, a major priority of theirs. No, instead we gotta make toys and statues and not video games, and anime, sign off on an anime and all comic books, all that crap. No, that's more important, as well as merchandise. I know a lot of companies do that most of the time, but goddamn, most of the stuff happened that they had this stuff happen after the goddamn fact of the game getting all the hate it deserved then. And now apparently it's the equivalent of No Man's Sky. Even the people from freaking Happy Hello Games or whatever I said Happy Games, I don't know what the frick, weren't this freaking pretentious of assholes. Freaking think about that crap. And the freaking love the game got does not deserve it. If people truly wanted to forgive and love Cyberpunk as much as they did and say that it's as big as it was, and I know it was a big deal when it got the amount of people, but you have to remember this game had, and this is not including consoles, this game had over 800 freaking thousand people day one play it. And only 200,000 of that or so came back to play it. No, frick off. You know there is going to be more updates to it, but because they already played their best hand of cards, that potential is already wasted. People aren't going to come back and remember Cyberpunk as much. I feel like it's like the thing Nostalgia Critics said with Lion King. People will remember the original version of Lion King, where the new version will just fade into obscurity. I feel like that's going to happen to Cyberpunk. what the frick is wrong with people over this game? They used it to not only attack people, like there were people attacking other YouTubers. There was, I can't remember her freaking name, but she used to do reviews and stuff on PlayStation games or whatever. And she got attacked by some PlayStation fans over some of this crap, the Starfield stuff. And just like the fact that the Cyberpunk fans took advantage of the whole PlayStation fanboy hate, and you know it's because of pettiness, because now that Bethesda is an Xbox exclusive company, they're not probably going to get Elder Scrolls 6 and such. So they're, of course, taking out their anger on this crap. Why does nobody think about that? I feel like people don't always think of all the different advantages and things that are going on here, and it's freaking ridiculous. People use this advantage to not only attack different video games, and there's been so much stupid stuff that has come of all of this, thanks to how freaking ridiculous the hype, build up, so on and so forth around Cyberpunk has been. I know that the motivations probably of the game company or some of the people even within the game company don't mean or promote this kind of stuff, but that would be said the same with the whole, like, look, this Luke Steven thing where he got swatted, that was freaking awful. Whoever did that, frickin' you. You're a terrible ass person. That is a terrible situation. But don't say something like, oh, did this start because I said stuff like I didn't like Starfield? Don't name a game. Don't name one game. Even if that is the reason, you have a big following. Think what they're going to frickin' do. And think of. As well as I'm pretty sure Todd Howard wouldn't want this. He wouldn't, the motivation of him, he wouldn't want you to be spotted. Now people are gonna think that he does. Or some stupid thing in relation to how dumb that is. I don't know. Otherwise, it's just a dumb little moment he had. Once again, I want to make it clear. Like, that situation was horrible, but that was just the one tiny dumb thing I thought he said that he probably shouldn't have. And it would be no different if he mentioned any other game, even Cyberpunk. So it would be the same scenario. But goddamn, what the frick? This year has just been closed off ridiculously. I'm glad the Game Awards, I actually liked the Game Awards a lot better this year. They did a good job. I'm glad Baldur's Gate 3 won. I haven't gotten to play Baldur's Gate 3, but two friends of mine have, and they've told me about their experiences. I'm glad that it's really good. I've seen other people play it. Looks fantastic. I can't wait to play it myself. It's finally on Xbox too. Excuse me. Whew. But goddamn, the some of the fan bases and stuff. I know there's other years where this stuff has been, excuse me, technically more stupid or ridiculous, or there's other situations not relating to video games or YouTubers that are stupid or ridiculous. That's why I phrased that I was only touching on YouTubers or freaking just like game related stuff. But goddamn, freaking stupid. This year's been ridiculous. The fact that I even had to make the videos that I did. God, what the hell. That's all I have to say. I have enough rage over this. I don't need any more. Leave your comments below. Remember to be respectful in the comments. There are people that I've had that are also have been pretentious, basically waving their dicks around. Like they think, oh, I'm better than you. Why don't you research your crap? Like I literally had somebody do that to me, and they had to add insult to injury by name calling me and all that crap during that. And that was the one comment I got rid of. There was more to it, which I did make a follow-up, though I think I deleted that too to answer the question, but goddamn, not necessary. There are so many ways you can say something without being a jerk. So say it without being a jerk. If you can't hold that back, then don't bother. It's not worth your time. It's not worth mine. It's not going to work here. And you should know better and know that. I will see you guys next time. God, this year. At least we got some good video games out of it. Like, goddamn, some stupid people exaggerating and as pretentious as always over this other stuff. And maybe I'm not using pretentious in the right ways for some of this stuff, but there are definitely some pretentious moments and some stuff related to that word that people have been with this stuff. Whether you believe it or not. Whatever. But frick off with that crap. Seriously, it's ridiculous. And I can't believe it went to the extent it's done. I feel bad to be a part of the human race when I see stupid stuff like this, and it's not even the worst stuff I have seen. God frickin' damn it. But the fact that I even had to cover it, and it's as frickin' petty as it was, god damn. That's ridiculous. I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed nonetheless or found something interesting from what I had to add to the conversation or whatever conversation, whether you believe it exists or not. I guess I technically could have created some of it, though the reason I brought it up was because I feel like it was there in the first place and it was obvious, and I feel like, though, at times I was the only person seeing it. Maybe some people saw it other than me, but not nearly as much. And I'm just a smaller YouTuber, so, I mean, am I really going to be that big of an effect if I'm talking about this stuff? Probably not. But nonetheless, goddamn, what a year. See you next time.